Okay, I heard that. Did you?
Yep.
It is the 29th of May, 2022. This is WIKISPEED Standup. Go ahead, Lauren.
It's Lawrence Salter, Gabriel Island, British Columbia, Canada. And past week, I I did a few more Python lessons. Um, and oh yeah, I got a fitting, but I got another electrical fitting, but it's too small. And then I realized I have little file boxes that I bought once for small receipts, and one of them is perfect, and I can drill a little hole in the end. It's got a cover if I want it, and yeah. So because the other one, yeah. So I got two now. I don't know how much they gave me a round one with 3 openings because they got that part right, but they didn't get the size. So anyway, I was at my desk and I thought, oh, look at that little file box. It's perfect, plastic. So I'm going to order some more of the small fittings, the same as I've got for the because I'm soldering everything from here on. Yeah, so the coming week, uh, I do plan to order the ESP32s, the um, power supplies, the little power bricks, the um, I need USB cables, and I have a question about that because you have one that has a little cylinder in the middle of it, and uh, yeah, but yeah, I do want to get to that red tape stuff, uh, and so that's it for me. Blocks, just it's nice out, and there's a lot of things going on now, a lot of community events and everything. So I went to something Friday night, I went to something Saturday night, and so there's more distractions. That's the block, and that's it for me.
Okay, it is Michael Wolchuk, Saskatoon, Canada. This past week, I did not get very much done. Um, the one thing I did see on Kijiji locally is that there is a 36 volt, 13 amp hour rechargeable battery that I don't know if you know Jehu Garcia. He does a bunch of do-it-yourself battery stuff on YouTube. He sold basically a pallet of these things, and a guy locally in Saskatoon won them, or won one of them. And he was using several of them, but he's selling off the rest at $70 a piece. So there's 36 cells inside. $70. That's like $1.85 a piece or something like that. I think I might end up picking one up. But he's got a whole pallet, so I think he's going to have them for a while. Um, Next week, I'm hoping to actually get down to loading the Raspberry Pi again. Same thing's been on my list for quite some time. And yeah, blocks are just there's stuff to do, and it's tough to go outside and do stuff in the yard, and then come in at 8 or 9 o'clock and actually have enough energy to do projects. So um, I will hand her back to you.
Giving myself a 4, the team a 8, and process improvement is what to do about the summer. Should we jump it out to every 2 weeks or something like that? So maybe some kind of approach to the reopening. Is kind of this combined thing of things reopening in the summer, being here in better weather. So yeah, that's my process improvement. Back to you.
I am going to give myself 2 for showing up to the meeting, and I'm going to go with a 7 for the team because we're back to 2 of us. Um, we do know that Carol is busy. We haven't heard anything from the others for a little bit. Is it a if it's a big deal, we can go to every couple of weeks on the meetings. It's just that like if Sunday doesn't work, we should pick a different day. We picked that day for William and for Carol, if I remember, um, because that was a time they had in their schedule. If you want to go back to Thursday, or if there's another day that works, that's fine. I it's
I like Sunday. Um,
okay.
yeah, and so I guess we're into crosstalk.
Sure.
I like Sunday, and actually, I don't want to go to every 2 weeks. I'm just suggesting, but I'm
Okay.
happy with just with if there's 2 of us and we make progress, then people will join. We just need, yeah, yeah. I think people are out there and they're interested, and we just need to chip away at the uh, keeping the WIKISPEED stuff. I mean, people run across it still all the time
Mm-hmm.
and want to get involved. So uh, we, I don't know. We've got the thing working, and it's kind of like nothing worked, nothing worked, nothing worked, and then I've got the level sensor working. So and that was big for me. So I think that's cool, and I think the Little Red Wagon's going to be like that. It's going to be like going to seem like it's not doing much, and then things come together. So
Yeah.
I do have a question about this. What kind of USB connector, and why does yours, and why do some USB connectors have the little uh, cylinder on the middle of them?
There is a regulation in the European Union and different ones in North America for how much electromagnetic interference you can have on a cable. So if there's not any shielding on the wires, sometimes they'll need to put, it's called a ferrite bead, that little cylinder thing, and they put it around the cable so that the radiated noise doesn't exceed a certain level when they're doing testing. So if it doesn't have one of those ferrite beads, that just means they used a little bit better cable. If it does have the ferrite beads, they probably used the cheapest thing going, and then they had to put this other thing on to
So
to pass the tests.
if I'm buying 4 or 5 of them, what do you? Is there anything you recommend?
Um, it's got to fit where you need it to fit. So the cables are just for power, so they shouldn't need to be expensive. Just
Okay,
whatever you can get your hands on, kind of thing.
okay.
Almost every cable will do power.
And what about the uh, power? Does it take much power? The
It
device.
is something like uh, 35 or 40 milliamps. So if you have a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, it should last like 100 hours. We need to do some code changes to put it to sleep once in a while, and only report like, I don't know, once every 5 seconds, or do measurements once every minute or once an hour or something like that,
Yeah. Okay.
so that the battery lasts longer.
Yeah. So I mean,
I haven't gotten to the optimizations yet.
yeah. Okay. If you do, let me know. Because like I have the little cylinders that are for they'll recharge a one cell phone once or less.
Okay.
Um, but I'm thinking, a somewhat better one. I have two bricks that are about the size of phones. That one of them will do about 3 charges on my phone, and one I think it's 2. The ratings though, you can't go by what they say they how many charges they have, because the one that's weaker claims it's like 80,000 milliamp hours,
Wow.
but it discharges way slower than the other one, which I can't remember what it's, but it's more of a brand name, and it's not waterproof. I got that one. I was trying to get a waterproof one, and all the waterproof ones have solar charges, which I don't need.
Hmm.
And the other one is not waterproof, but it's like pretty well. It's more. I think it's metal, and it's heavy, and it is it's just better, and it definitely will do 3 charges on my phone.
So if you take your battery and your battery is sitting like this, and you plug your cable into the bottom of it, and then the cable then goes up to your sensor or your tank level sensor, you shouldn't have too much trouble with water getting in. It's just like I said, the water does mess with the signals, like the USB signaling quite a bit. But for just the power and ground, it's pretty forgiving. You can get it fairly wet before you have trouble.
Okay, and there's a ground.
Oh, well, 0 volts, like the red wire and the black wire. Red wire is positive, and the black wire is 0 volts or ground. A lot of times, ground is used interchangeably with 0 volts.
Okay, but I don't need to run a wire from the
no
device down into the ground. I have to do that with my generator. I had to pound a metal stake into the ground.
We need to talk about that. Anyway,
okay.
in terms of the batteries, putting a new battery on every morning is not that big a deal. And you recharge the other one for the day, and then you change it the next morning. If we don't get to the optimization and using less battery, right? So you're not really using water all night, so you don't really need to have the thing reporting all night what the level in your tank is, right?
I mean, that's I'm climbing this ladder and everything, and I don't want to go up there that frequently. So,
well, I thought the USB cable was going to be long enough that you could plug in the new battery from down the ground level. No.
Oh, I didn't think of that. I thought it was all going to be self-contained within the tank.
Well, you can do that, but I wouldn't maybe do that until the battery lasts a little longer.
yeah, no, that's something to think about. But yeah, I can do that. So I want a pretty long cable. I mean, my back porch is like under 6 feet from from where it's going to be. So,
well, I've seen easy. 5-meter USB cables. But.
What's the maximum? And do tell me what's the deal? Am I in trouble with my generator?
Well, okay, so 3 meters. I've seen lots of USB cables that are 3 meters, and I've seen them advertised as 5. I've never actually used one that's 5 meters long.
Right.
So I don't know what the spec is, but you can buy them 5 meters long, and it sounds like you don't need it quite that long.
No.
In terms of the generator, normally the only ground that you're allowed to have is at your electrical panel. Okay, so if you have your generator driving your electrical panel where you would, oh, you don't, okay. So if your portable generator is running portable loads, yes, you need to have a a ground pounded into the
Right.
into the
Yeah.
into the ground, and you need to tie it to that, and that's good. If you already have a ground in your house and you put a ground on your generator, there's some issues.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So the house is not supposed to be grounded through the
Through the
something
generator.
an external
Right.
ground. It should be in the panel.
Yep. So if in the case where you're using the generator to power your house, you would actually run a ground from inside your electrical panel out to where the generator is going to be, and use that as the ground instead of pounding another ground in.
Right. Right. So it would tie into the existing ground
Yes.
from the panel.
Yep.
Okay. Good to know. And so I know the length of the cables, and I'll test that distance before I
Yep.
buy them. But yeah, for the other ones that I make that are going to be inside the small thing,
Yep.
I'm thinking uh, some kind of so the bricks are that I bought were $30,
Okay.
and like that one I've got, and the one thing is the waterproofness of it, but I could stick it in another container, another plastic container or something like that. So,
Well, so if it's all going to be self-contained, you're going to want to put a switch on it as well, right? Because you don't need it to be running all the time when, I mean, you have a limited amount of battery capacity, right? So,
yeah, I think the battery management thing, if it goes to sleep, how long could it last?
um, well, I'm hoping to get a week out of it, but I don't know if I'm going to get much more than that.
Oh, really? That's a problem. So then, since you're going from outside, you could like run electric wire, right?
Yep. Yep. In fact, for the summer, because of where my septic tank is, I can probably hook up a little solar panel, but
Yeah,
that's not going to be, the same for everybody. That's why I was thinking, like I don't have a power, like right now my power switch is plugging the battery in there right now. So,
yeah. No, like I already have my purple air monitor.
hmm
It's plugged in, and actually my outside it was plugged into my outside plug on my porch, and that blew. So it's running in the window to the bathroom right now.
so you didn't just replace your GFI outside?
Um, the electrician was here and he looked at it. It's a real old one, so I don't know.
Hmm.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Okay. Well, whatever
Yeah,
works for you.
yeah. Well, I would like the outer one to work because everybody's always looking where the plug in the lawnmower. So,
hmm
it's a really old one right now, and he might have tried. He might have tried. He might have tested it and said there's nothing coming there, so he has to look at the whole line,
Oh, I see. Coming
which
from
is
the
under
breaker
the
box.
house.
Yeah.
Which is okay. It's okay, but I would have had to pay him another half hour to do it. I didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Okay.
there's no juice coming to the plug, then I guess changing out the plug isn't gonna help.
Yeah. Yeah. That I'm not sure, but that's what as I recall.
Okay.
Anyway, um, I think that's what I'll do. I'll run another wire from the bathroom, use another
Yep.
one of the plugs there, and or maybe I can put both of them on the with a little uh,
Extension
dual
cord.
thing because it's not a big draw.
No.
So I should be able to put one of them on, put both the purple air and the thing in the tank. And so for now, I'm going with that. And
Okay.
we could kind of think about, because aren't there kind of sensors and things like that that are set up to have a battery that's like 6 months or a year or something?
Oh yeah, for sure. The way to use less battery is to shut off more of the system. So there's part of the ESP32 that you can put into deep sleep mode, and it takes very little juice at all.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happens when you put the thing to sleep that far. I don't know how much you have to restart the lidar sensor. Like
Right.
I don't know if you can power down the lidar sensor and it still knows who it is on I2C, or whether you have to restart the communication system totally, or what.
Yeah.
Like I
Okay.
said,
Okay.
I haven't
Interesting
got there yet.
question. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Good stuff. Okay. And
So,
I guess I'm looking for a Sunfounder. I didn't mention that.
oh, okay.
It's called Sunfounder still. And
Yep.
does like CanaKid or any of those Canadian or DigiKey have them?
I don't know. I haven't looked.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Yeah. I'll
I
search. I'll ask you. I'll ask you a question if I can't have trouble
Sure.
finding.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Great.
Talk to you next week. And
Yep.
I'm. This is like a top, really high priority for me. The level sensor and this. I think they're really practical and interesting. And so I think they're really worthwhile. And what I'm trying to kind of organize the rest of my life to around that I can put enough time in to move them along.
Well, that's surprising, but that's good.
No, I think as a if of the choices of things that I'm interested in doing, they're the top. I have some learning curves and everything to do with it, but yeah, if you can think if there's anything I can research for you or anything I can help with or order, I could even order stuff, and have it sent to you if that
Oh no,
helps,
that's fine.
just in terms of time. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I one more thing.
Hmm.
I think I told you that the world. There's a guy who makes electric trikes for disabled people, and basically trikes. The Delta. There's two kinds of trikes, deltas and he's an inventor. His name is Georgi Georgiev, and I think you can look him up. But if you look up the world land record for a flat surface for an hour for a bike or a human powered vehicle, he built it, and I ran into him when I was running at the out at the point where everybody goes to watch wildlife.
Okay.
And so I chatted with me, invited me to his workshop, and so yeah, his cousin is some kind of a cyclist, and he trained him, and he so it was 55 miles an hour for 1 hour on a flat surface.
Wow.
Yeah, but he also
That's
makes electric bikes. I saw him at the there was a sort of a little fair of all the electric vehicles on the island, and he was there. And anyways, yeah, I'm going to kind of follow up and uh, yeah, let's end the recording. I do want to
okay.
talk about this for 2 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna have to stop here.